She's tipsy, she's not tipsy.
It's organic in nature. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted it over here and you wanted it over there. He's like, step away from the table. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca Robeson, and guess what? In a couple of days, it's Mother's Day. So today I have a very special episode for you. I'm coming to you from the home of a man named Felix Hernandez. I asked him if we could stop by today and he could give us some of his tips of how he makes the most glorious, whimsical, magical floral arrangements. And he said yes. He happens to have a wedding tomorrow, so we are on a limited amount of time, but let's see what Felix can show us about how to create an absolutely magical floral arrangement for Mother's Day, or any day really. For me, I think that Mother's Day is like one of those holidays that affects every single person in the world. You know, we may not all be mothers, but we all have a mother. My mother is no longer with us, but I'll tell you what, she formed me, shaped me, had more impact and influence in my life, even as a designer. Everything I know, I learned from my mother. So this is kind of a tribute to her, and I'm gonna make a floral arrangement today that I can take home and lay somewhere in my house, probably on my countertop. So every time I look at it this weekend, I will be thinking of her and loving her and being thankful and grateful for her. So let's get started. This is the example of what we're going to do today. So Felix has a wedding this weekend, and these are going to be on the tables. Is that it?
Centerpieces.
Centerpieces. Yeah. How many are you doing?
We're doing 12, we're doing 14, we're doing 26. All types.
So a total of, I don't know, you do the math.
60, 40.
Yeah,
we just have fun. We just go with it and don't count.
There you go. But you hope that you don't have an empty table, right? If anything, you're
never,
over, not under.
Never an empty table.
Anyway, do you not think this is gorgeous? I do. I think it is so yummy, and it's dreamy. If I was sitting at a wedding, sitting at a table, I would look through my wine glass over to this and just sort of like get lost in the flowers. So right now, Felix is going to show us how he accomplished this, and he's going to teach you how to do it yourself. Yes. Let's get started.
Okay, so vessel, Lazy Susan, very important.
And this is just a bowl. This could be your cereal bowl. Yeah. But these are nice because they're like bisque. What are they? What are they?
They're West Elm.
West Elm.
Yeah,
oh, super affordable.
Yes.
Yay for West Elm. Okay.
Yes. Perfect. Second step is we need a wet foam oasis. And you can find this anywhere online.
Do you guys see this?
I normally get mine from Amazon. And there's usually really easy instructions on the packaging. But what we've done, we've cut into little pieces that would fit our vessel. And we are going to put it on the base.
And it's totally soaked in
Yes.
water. It's wet.
Yes. And then we have to secure the foam on the vase so that it doesn't move. And this is a water tape also from Amazon. We're gonna eye the tape length and tape the oasis into the vessel.
Some of us are going to try to get it off.
Be careful with your nails.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Be very careful.
Why? Will it break? Yeah. That might be the reason.
Now we're going to design with elements that you wouldn't think to design with. So I've taken some leaves from my garden, and this is going to help me cover my mechanics at the very bottom.
He means the green stuff and the tape, right?
Yes, the mechanics is the foam, the tape. So we're gonna start placing this greenery at the very bottom. The stem's going to tell you how she wants to be placed.
Okay, so it's okay if it goes down. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Perfect. Great.
So you start down in here and you press it in. Okay.
And I want my arrangements to have movement in all dimensions. So I'm going to take the hellebore here and place it on the middle to create a line. This one is looking towards the camera.
Okay.
This is going to be looking towards me so that our arrangement has a nice point of view from all directions. So we have now a front and a back with basically a shape of the arrangement.
I basically have wings.
You do have wings, and they are technically wings.
Thank you.
Yes. So go ahead and start putting greenery in there. Make it pretty, at least on the front. Put these little leaves in there to create the mechanics. Remember, this is your front. I think that you need a high moment. So you have this long stem of hellebore on the left side. I think we need something on the right side. And now complement that stem with an actual flower to emphasize your shape.
Does that need to be closer to that?
No, I think that's perfect. Now, we're going to do a low point on the middle of the arrangement.
Oh, really?
To emphasize on the whimsiness and airiness of the arrangement.
And
if
I'm
you
gonna put
place
it
that
in
on the
the
middle,
center?
yes,
They're so delicate.
very delicate. Perfect.
Is that a good enough? I like yours better.
Well, I'm not even trying. We're gonna fill in with some hellebores. So the hellebore is going to help us fill in the mechanics and just go crazy with the
Like
hellebores.
this?
We have so many. Yeah,
We have so many.
so many hellebores.
That's what we like to hear.
So this hellebore is actually really beautiful, and I want you to have this hellebore. Will you take this hellebore?
I will take. Yes, I will
Perfect.
accept your hellebore.
Where is this hellebore wanting to
In
go?
my heart.
I would say that hellebore is a focal flower.
Oh, so here?
Even though it is actually greenery, it is a flower. So
Here?
I think that, yes, front and center would be great for that. So now let's do...
That's beautiful. Now, would you do all three of those together?
No, you're going to learn that sometimes some of them have to be sacrificed for a very tall moment to happen. Beautiful three flowers. I can't use all three. It would look too chunky. So I'm going to lose two.
Oh my.
Yes. sad.
Here, I might take these home.
Sometimes we can reuse them somewhere else.
I'm just gonna put these over here. I should probably put my glasses on, huh?
And it's just, I let the flower do the job. I'm just the hand that helps the flower give you happiness.
Now, could I put something like this in the front here?
That can help you cover the mechanics here. You see those mechanics?
Yeah.
Yeah, so very gently insert the stem into the green foam.
Now, here's something. I asked him, I was gonna pick up some flowers. I didn't realize he lived in a florist, but the things that you typically see at the grocery store, you know, when you're buying things, is like the fern and baby's breath and eucalyptus.
Yes.
And you said you never use any of that.
We don't use eucalyptus or standard greenery
Because
we have better greenery on our backyard.
there you go.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so this whole thing is about Mother's Day, right? My mother is no longer with us. However, my mother was great at arranging florals.
Beautiful.
But you know what she did? Most of the time, she picked them out of her own garden.
Yes.
She didn't go out and buy flowers. Of course, this was so many years ago, but she could always create something so beautiful just out of things that she cut off of her bushes and trees and things you would not think would go in a floral arrangement. So
I have
I'm
a
excited about
funny
this.
story about my flower arranging journey.
Okay.
So the very first arrangement that I've ever made was for Mother's Day. I
Really?
was probably 11 years old. And I remember cutting roses. My mother loves to plant roses. I remember cutting roses and putting them on a base that we had at home laying around. And I cut all of the most beautiful roses from the garden. And this was for Mother's Day. And I remember my mother wearing a perfume called Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. And I took
remember that.
all the roses inside the house and I sprayed them with the perfume right before giving them to my mother. One thing I learned, don't spray roses with perfume. They all got brown within minutes.
Oh my God.
I got in trouble for cutting my mother's most beautiful roses. And I just found that to be so happy.
Yeah,
so
and
funny.
you used up some of her perfume.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was a three-prong winner.
Yes.
Yeah, and yet you ended up going into floral
design.
arranging.
Yes.
Well, we all have great stories about our moms. Leave us a comment below if you have some really sweet story about your mother that you want to just leave right now, because you want to honor your mother whether she's with us today or not, or maybe your mom lives a long ways away and you want to just leave a little tribute to her. We'd love to read your stories. Okay, let's continue on and finish these up, shall we?
Great.
Okay, there's one thing that I want him to show us, and that is how he wires flowers that he uses, because this is the brilliance, okay? And then we will quickly finish these up and we'll be done.
So it's time for our focal flower, and the focal flower is ranuncula. This is going to be a beautiful, colorful way to add some depth into the arrangement.
Okay.
Now, ranunculus are very delicate. So what I usually do with my stems, I prep them ahead of time. I cut them, I wire them. So ranunculus have a hollow center. We're gonna take the wire and insert it through the middle.
Look at that.
Very gently.
Did you even know you could do that?
What you do next is you cut the excess wire.
And these are, do you like these particular cutters?
Yeah, this is just what I had at home. I, Home Depot, anything.
Okay. There we go. I'm gonna try to do this here. And I can feel it going up. Ooh. Uh-oh.
It's okay, go back.
Go back, okay.
And now you know
now
that,
now I avoid that. Gosh, it's like when I learned to drive. If you run into a fire hydrant, you just back up and try again. Oh wait.
Keep
Okay,
going.
I feel like I'm drilling.
Okay.
I'm drilling.
You basically are.
Oh, I'm having.
That's okay.
I hit another fire hydrant.
Would you like me to assist you?
I would like you to
Perfect.
assist me. Okay, good.
So, yes, now we know that that is
That's the way it wants to go
danger
naturally.
zone. Yeah, I bend it to create a
To
straight line.
accommodate the fact that it changes. Okay, so he's manipulating the flower.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to do
okay.
some surgery on that, I think. Okay, and then you
And
cut
now,
it.
guess what?
What?
Now you're able to maneuver the flower to.
Look at that.
You can pretty much put it anywhere because now you have the option of making her face the way you want her to face you.
Now, I want her to go this way,
Yes. Be gentle.
and I want her to go this way.
Perfect.
Now we are going to put this on fast forward and no talking, just filling.
So you see some of the flowers are looking towards the camera, some of the flowers are looking on their own direction. There's lots of movement.
And you've covered your mechanics.
Yes.
So you've got some, that's what I think is interesting, is he takes some of those flowers. If they were all out this far with all these long stems, you'd see the oasis.
Yes.
And it wouldn't have the depth.
Yeah.
So having some of these flowers deep inside and then some that come out is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got two more things that we're going to show you besides these, and they're gorgeous, and I'll let you finish this later, but I feel confident based on what he just taught me, I'm going to be able to do this at my own house.
This is finished if you want to see it, but it's not a color palette.
It's beautiful. Let's pull it down and show.
So this is a ready-to-go centerpiece. As you can see, there is my mechanics shown here, tape. Once we get to the venue, we will remove the tape and go back and fill in the tiny little holes that you can still see oasis through.
Yeah, these are roses. These are
Lysianthus.
Lysianthus.
Lots of movement.
And what are these guys?
These are oak leaf hydrangeas.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're beautiful. I think that his style is fabulous. You also had something you were going to show us where you went outside to your garden and you just clipped different greens. Can you show us what you would do in that case?
Of course. This is a honeysuckle.
Oh,
And as many of you know, honeysuckle is a invasive greenery.
Yes, it grows really like everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on in my backyard right now.
I can come cut if you like me to. If you let me
I
to.
think you should.
Yes. So cutting it helps your garden, and I cut it all the time. But it has a really beautiful organic shape to the stem, and it just creates more dimension on the arrangement. So we're gonna add some here, following the rule of creating a line. Right now I have my high point with the oak leaf hydrangea, and I have this little cluster of 3 flowers up here. So I'm taking 2 honeysuckles to add to the shape of the arrangement. So high point, low point, 3-dimensional, and it's something that I cut from the garden.
So pretty. It's organic in nature and it's free flowing. And I think that's, oh, I'm sorry. I wanted it over here and you wanted it over there.
No.
You decide. It's yours.
Is
I
it?
think it needs to go over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, not really. All right. He'll fix that, I'm just sure. That was great, Felix. Thank you. I think those are so beautiful. I hope that's helpful for you. Okay, now I asked Felix, what about people who are just stopping off at Trader Joe's on their way to their mother's house, right? Or you stop at Trader Joe's the day before, and that's an important thing, right? Try to get them a day in advance, at least. But what could you do with just store-bought flowers that you can pick up anywhere? So I bought these, and I brought them over. And we are going to give them to Felix, and he's going to show you how to create a beautiful centerpiece using store-bought flowers, not the ones from Holland, but things that you yourself can pick up and create something really beautiful and special for Mother's Day.
Anyone can make something like this. It's just sticking them in a vase.
You make it sound like it's no big deal, but you're doing a beautiful job.
Orchid, to put it in here.
He's cutting an orchid.
Yes, we always do that.
I call this a wow. Not only is it absolutely stunning, all of the principles that you taught us in your floral arranging or design are applicable here as well, just by putting things in a vase.
And actually, we didn't put any mechanics in this vase because it was a smaller vase and we have so many stems. When I was placing to create an X on the vase to create my own vase.
Oh, interesting.
So no mechanics, but the shape of the vase really did help with that.
Yes, I can see this using it. This could be in a wedding, it could be at a bridal shower, it could be Mother's Day, it could be Easter, it could be just any spring bouquet or a bridal luncheon or
coffee table.
A baby shower, just because of the colors, but he's got the depth in here as well. Thank you so much for your time. I know you've got to get to work to get ready for this wedding, and I know it's going to be absolutely stunning.
Yes, thank
and
you.
I'm very, very thankful that you allowed us to come today.
So happy that you guys joined.
Good. And if you happen to be in the market for a wedding or a special event, you're anywhere near the Oklahoma area, or maybe you want to send him out to wherever you are, I'll put his information, his contact information. You have a website?
Yes.
Yes, he has a website, so we'll send that and let you guys take a look at it. All right? Okay, thank you so much, Felix.
Yeah.
God bless you,
Yes.
and happy Mother's Day. So here I am, my great-grandmother's pitcher, her lead crystal pitcher was used, and Felix did a gorgeous arrangement for me in 5 minutes. Do you think you guys could do something like this? I hope so. We hope that you will continue to come back and watch our videos every Thursday at 2 o'clock Central. And of course, subscribe. Leave us a comment. Leave a comment for Felix. I have a feeling he'll be watching this video and he'd love to hear from you. I hope you have some great takeaways. I know I learned some things and I want to enjoy this weekend, and I also know that the things that I learned I can implement the next time I do a floral arrangement. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye. He's like, step away from the table. No. Honeysuckle, who'd have thought? I've got some kind of vine growing up around my railing out by my pool.
Yeah.
We should check that out. I could make a donation.
Make a donation.
For your kindness today.